Morning to John.
Morning.
Where are we again?
We're back at Aldham Junction.
Back at Aldham Junction. We're carrying on our story of that Worsbrough branch, or the Penistone to Wath, former electrified part of the Woodhead line. And today we're heading as far as just the outskirts of Mexborough. So we're going to be doing this, probably going to have, of course, a couple of videos past Wombwell Central, past the old Wath sidings, the old Manvers complex, and out to where it rejoins the current railway network down near Mexborough.
So let's just recap. This is part 5 of this series that we started filming at West Central Junction earlier this year. We saw the tunnels, the Worsbrough incline and the history behind the engineering challenge of such a gradient. And we also saw remains of the various collieries scattered along the line. The last time out we ended at Aldham Junction, where we encountered the many connecting lines in the area and even the disused Dearne and Dove Canal. A reminder that this is part of the wider Woodhead Route between Manchester and Sheffield and Penistone and Wath. In this video we'll be seeing evidence from the various stages of history, including after the line was electrified in the 1950s. The railway boomed during the age of coal and heavy industry, but when this traffic declined, the line's days were numbered. Some of the line we'll see today was still in operation until the late 1980s, with Wath Yard closing in 1988.
Site, isn't it, of the
Mitchell Main Colliery.
Main Colliery. But not much to see, I think.
No, there's nothing, is there? There was an engine shed here as well. Lots and lots of sidings, and I'll keep putting in some of that footage again from the DMU cab ride.
This is Aldham Junction, where the line to Stairfoot and Barnsley diverges to the right.
Some excellent footage there, and you'll see how much this area has changed since then. But if you just, even if we take a look here, just disregard the low level shrubbery, and you can feel how wide this area is. Can't you, John, just on the entrance?
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, the junction there.
But sadly, just nothing left. You get a little bit of a feel how wide it was.
4-track section. It's very wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really opened out, hasn't it, since we did leave Olden Junction. So we're just skating around the outskirts of Wombwell now. This is the Trans Pennine Trail we're walking on. It's a very, very busy path. Lots of cyclists, runners, walkers, dog walkers, etc. Look at that little old post. And just coming up in front now, leaving West. I see him to the left of us here. It's coming back on us towards here is the line, the Darfield Main branch to Darfield Main Colliery. I think it's a colour light base, isn't it? Lots of bricks, lots of bits of concrete left lying around. So we think we're right on the junction here at Darfield Main line. I thought that was the base of a signal over there. It's not, is it? It's difficult to get perspective because of the number of trees here, but there's the main line there we're walking on towards Wath, and this appears to be just curving away here, the line off to it to Darfield Main.
So old relic, maybe a yard lamp, don't know.
We'll go and have a look at that.
But some sidings here to the right. Wombwell sidings, and a signal box remains to go and find.
So we're not far off Wombwell Central Station.
No, not far.
Then. Let's have a look at this post, shall we?
Yeah. I couldn't work out before if it was railway or if it was just road.
It's a lamp, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the left is Darfield Main Colliery signal box, with the colliery sidings on the right.
Let's just come off to the right hand side, just shy of Wombwell Central Station. and where they were on maps listed as the sidings on the right-hand side here.
I think this is where the signal box was.
So the signal box was mapped somewhere around this spot. There's a flat raised area of land just here. I wonder if this could be it, John.
According to the maps, it was literally just there.
Oh right, we're a bit short, are
A
we?
bit short, but
Just over
there's
here.
nothing there.
This was Darfield Main signal box, which was just down from the junction we were exploring a few moments ago. The overhead wires are missing in this photo, as are the sidings on the right-hand side. But take note of that bridge in the distance, as we'll see this again in a short while.
I believe what we are looking at, these sidings, there was an old works here, the Dearne and Dove glass bottle works. It was just on the right-hand side, just before you get to Wombwell Central Station. We found here, John.
Doesn't look like it's in the right position, but it's some gigantic block of concrete.
It's base for something, isn't it?
We're literally on top of one railway line here, which would have gone through, but most of the sidings on the left.
In case you're wondering, I don't know if you can hear that background noise, there's a go-karting track just at the side of the railway line here. Sounds like they're having quite a bit of fun over there.
Oh, I know, I'm going to go and have a look.
Jealous. That does look fun, doesn't it?
That's so cool.
So we're coming on top of the site of the former Wombwell Central Station. We're looking at the maps, although we've got a bridge here. Obviously, where the railway line went underneath here, there was two bridges. There was another set of lines over there, and we think the station, well, the maps backs this up, is on the other side of the bridge, which is out of bounds. Let's get to this other side, see if we can see what's going on. Wombwell Central, it was opened in 1851 by the South Yorkshire Railway. But later in the century, when it became the Manchester, Sheffield and Lincolnshire Railway, they replaced the station with the familiar double pavilion style that you see at stations like Woodhouse if you're looking for a current day example. So we've come out the other side of the bridge. That's the road going over. So I think the station, the actual site of the station, the platforms were on this side of the bridge, but it's just over this side here. Because if we look at the maps, we had two through running lines that weren't through the station on your right, and then two lines over here for the stopping on the station side. Because we've been saying, haven't we, since we started this up at, what was the name of the village, John? Silkston. This was a freight only line, but since we joined the line from Barnsley at Stairfoot, this was the Doncaster to Barnsley passenger service on here, and that passenger service ran until 1959 when it was withdrawn, which is when this station and the other station at Wath that we'll see further up is when they closed.
I think the station was basically where this building is now. Just completely erased.
A random railway sleeper repurposed. It's probably not even from the station.
Area, yeah.
The access to the station, John, was from the bridge.
Yeah, 2-foot bridges.
Yeah, so we'll just have a quick nosy up on top of the bridge to see what we can see from the top, shall we? Looking down there, rough alignment of the station approach. We're on the eastbound platform. So we were just explaining about the station and the two lines you can see here, look. Two bridges on this bridge, or two underpasses. And down here was one of the lines, and over there was the other line. So where do you think that the steps were?
I think they were...
Is it, you can see that there's bits they look a bit narrow though, don't they, those bits? Can you see the lighter bits in the wall?
Yeah, I think it's that there.
Yeah.
One side of that coke and stone, probably there.
Yeah, it does look to be about right, doesn't it? Switch over for a look, it's actually filled in, isn't it, at that side? Yeah, you can see how much it's filled in, look, can't you? quite a difficult location to film in, that, actually. Very busy, isn't it? And
busy, loud, noisy.
yeah, difficult to get a good view on the other side. This building here, I don't know if this was like a station hotel, because it does appear does have a footprint on the old maps.
I think parts of it are the original, but not all of it. But yeah, I think this is the original. Yeah, these bits that are sandstone are the original.
A couple of new channel members to welcome this week, so I'd just like to thank Michael and Annan for their support. You can click the join button to see what becoming a channel member is all about. Some of the perks include members only videos and early access to new videos.
We was attracted to the area by this retaining wall just over here that we
So there's a gasworks just beyond there.
Oh, okay.
I assume it's just like goods area.
Well, there's also these remains of something. I think that's just looks like the top of a wall, doesn't it? All the way down though, this retaining wall goes. And I suppose we're still by Wombwell Central Station, which is just through those trees. So where we're stood at the moment would be those two through running lines, just to the side of the station. You can still see the bridge we came through in front. More retaining wall here, but something here. Maybe a store, a line side store for something. Steel top.
Actually, if you look to the sides,
Yeah, very old, isn't it?
it's interesting. The sides look older than this inner bit of stonework.
Be an original South Yorkshire Railway bridge, I presume. And then these, we were just discussing when we were walking up. I wonder when they modernised, they put in these concrete membranes. Oh, some old pieces of concrete here. I can't get too close. I thought originally, when I initially saw this, I thought it was part of a plate layers up, but it doesn't appear to be the case. We've just been saying, we've been walking in, not much of a thrilling disused railway walk. John, is it? Not much to film.
A lot of concrete, not much else, I'm afraid.
Else, but you know, we're doing this whole line. It's just documenting what's there. It's going through a tunnel now, very colourful tunnel. Some nice artwork in here. This is a new tunnel. This is what year this was put in. It's when they built the A6195 over the top of here. So it's not a railway tunnel as such. But just if we get spat out at the other end of this I'll call it a passageway, we had the junction, I think it's Elsecar Junction, with the line going off up to numerous places. We'll call it Elsecar, just for simplicity. If it's right, just to assume it's kind of...
Yeah, it's literally
sort
of around there.
It's there and it skirts along what's now this new road.
Actually, I think it's more around there.
We leave Wath Yard past Elsecar Junction signal box, where the branch to Corton Wood and Elscar Collieries diverges to the left.
obviously at the end, that line, that branch goes up to what was a Elsecar Heritage Centre, which is a bit of a sad story. I've been up there for a long time. I hope they can get that sorted and get that put back to how it was. It's a shame. That looked like a promising project at one point. Do you think then, John, there's not a lot, is there?
Not much to see, I'm afraid.
I think if I'm being honest, a very uninspiring section of disused railway. We had the old railway station at Wombwell.
Got some burning rubber in. That's
Yeah.
about it.
It is what it is. We'll end this part here because the next part I want to dedicate to everything from here, I'm afraid, in terms of a disused railway. You'll see what I mean when I put the next part out. We're going to be having a look at the site of what is now where the Wath Yard was, the Wath Depot. We've got Manvers, Colliery and Complex around there, and the approach to Mexborough. So, as always, thanks for your company. It would have been a lonely walk otherwise. So we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.
Yeah.